If you thought the U.S. government was done taking away Native Americans' land, then you were dead wrong. We're going to talk about that here in just a moment. Guys, welcome back to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP Bullion, and this is the Morning Market Wake-Up Call for Friday, January 15th, 2021. Let's go ahead and jump on into the markets and see where we're starting today off at. Gold is up slightly, currently at $18.54.44. Silver is down slightly, currently at $25.35, and that gives us a ratio of 73.15. Platinum is steady. It's currently at $1,103.77. Palladium is also steady at $24.31.03, and rhodium is up $500, currently at $20,500. Base metals have been taking a little bit of a beating overnight. Copper is down, currently at $3.61. Nickel is down at $8.12. Aluminum down at 90 cents. Zinc down at $1.22, and lead is at 90 cents. We have seen barrels of crude oil come down ever so slightly as well. Barrels are currently going for $53.06. We had a sluggish day on Wall Street yesterday that resulted in mixed reviews. The Dow Jones was up 56 points, closing out at 3197.97. Actually, you know what? I think that number might be wrong. I'm not sure. It seems like we've been saying that number every day this week. I feel like that number may not be correct. Don't quote me on that one. The NASDAQ was down 16 points at 13,112.64, and the S&P 500 was down 14 points at 3795.54. The U.S. dollar index is up slightly today, which is nice, currently at 90.48. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, we did go back over the $40,000 mark momentarily yesterday morning, but we have come back down. Looks like we are currently down at $37,561.01. And if you happen to exchange a gold back this morning, whether that be the Utah or the Nevadan, those are down 1 penny, currently at $3.24. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the U.S. government's trying to give away land that don't belong to them, it looks like. This comes to us off the wire from Reuters. It's titled, Native Americans Say U.S. Does Not Own Land It Is About to Give to Rio Tinto. Members of Arizona's San Carlos Apache tribe filed a property lien on Thursday in an attempt to regain control over land that the U.S. government is poised to give to Rio Tinto Limited for its Resolution mine. The latest maneuver by tribal members opposed to the project asks the court to find that the U.S. government has illegally occupied the land for more than 160 years and has no right to give it to anyone. The United States does not own the land, quote, Apache Stronghold, a nonprofit organization comprised of mine opponents, said in its court filing. The mine could supply a quarter of the U.S. copper demand if developed, but eventually destroy the land known as Oak Flat, or Bildagoti, considered by Native Americans to be the home of religious deities. Rio Tinto had no immediate comment, and Rio and its developing partner BHP Group Limited have sought for years to access the underground copper deposit about 70 miles east of Phoenix in the Tonto National Forest. The deposit sits below land that belonged to the tribe before the United States existed. In an 1852 treaty between U.S. officials and the tribe that still is in force set aside the land for the Apache's use. In 2014, the U.S. government and then President Barack Obama approved a plan to let Rio exchange land it already owns for land above the copper, with the caveat that the swap could not occur until an environmental study was published. The outgoing Trump administration plans to publish that study on Friday, clearing the way for the exchange within 60 days. Tribal members have also filed a lawsuit seeking to block the study's publication. The lien is essentially a next line of defense if that lawsuit fails. Last year, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld 19th century land treaties between Washington and Oklahoma tribes, a precedent that could bolster the Apache's lien request. Rio has promised to seek the tribe's consent for the mine. Even if Rio Tinto were to gain control of the land, the company still needs federal permits, a process that both sides acknowledge could take years. So there we go. The U.S. government trying to give away land that they never even owned, ever. So it's interesting that even in this new millennium, we talk about, we learn about the Trail of Tears in history class. We hear about Indian reservations being set up, and the mistreatments that that early settlers of America put Native Americans through, and you kind of lose sight of the fact that it's still going on now. This is 2021, and we're still talking about Native Americans losing land, and it is, quite frankly, I feel sick just thinking about that our government, and it doesn't matter whether it's Republican or Democrat in this case, because as we mentioned in the article, this was all set in motion by Barack Obama, the Democrat starlet. The Trump administration's got this publication coming out today, possibly if the lawsuit, the lien doesn't stop that release, but and then it's going to go into the Biden administration. So this crosses party lines, unfortunately, and it's definitely unfortunate that the U.S. government, still taking part in these tactics that they've been trying to do for 250 years now, or longer, really. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Is this really unfair? Obviously, I think you guys can get the sense of how I feel on the subject. So let me know down in the comments how you guys feel. I'd be interested to hear how you guys feel on the topic. Guys, I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you happen to appreciate whole Indy, actually, you know what? Before we get through that exit, I do want to bring up, a couple days ago I did a video on PCGS. Keeping my coins. Where's my $2? I want my $2. It's $3 really, because I got 3 coins sitting over there. And I did call PCGS on Wednesday after I made that video. They told me that the wait time was going to be 36 minutes. And I said, ain't nobody got time for that. So I called back later that afternoon. It would have been like 2:30 their time out in California. And the message said that they had reached their call limit for the day and they were no longer taking phone calls. I could leave a message and somebody would call me back the following day. Well, I don't leave messages for companies. If you're not good enough to answer the phone when I call, then, there's a problem there. So I did try calling again yesterday, and my wait time was going to be over an hour. And again, I ain't got time for that. I'm salary. I'm not paid hourly. So if I was paid hourly, maybe I'm thinking a little bit different about it. But no, I'm just kidding. So coins are still showing that they are in the encapsulation phase, which they've been sitting there since Monday last week. So maybe today, fingers crossed, we'll see. So, all right, there we have it. The saga continues. So, all right, guys, now I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you happen to appreciate old NDXP Bullion, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button for me right there. Helps me out immensely in defeating the YouTube algorithms. If you happen to be new to the independent experience and you want to keep up to date on when all the latest and greatest content comes out, consider hitting that subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can stay notified of when that new content comes out. Of course, right over here, somewhere on this side of the screen is going to pop up the box, and that's going to be the gateway to the back catalog, somewhere nearing 430 videos strong. You can start watching those videos at your heart's content at the end of this one. Guys, I've been IndieXP Bullion from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.